Howdy again, VC. I thought I'd show a second, like part 2, with some hard rock metal that I pulled out of a shelf. So I showed one shelf, now I show another. I'm not sure what's in the shelf because I have no order in the records after I moved them. So I just thought I'd show some good old hard rock metal records. I know many likes to see those. Starting with 220 volt I2I Swedish band. This is signed 2 on the back. This is from 1988 on the CBS label, and the same record, different cover, I2I. This is on the Epic 220 volt from Sweden. Then we have a test pressing signed by Madamax. We reserve the right. This is a test pressing, white test pressing, and it's signed here. Maxine, Chris. Cool. A lot of clippings on it. Then we have the Four Horsemen, their first mini LP, or what do you call it? UK pressing, Four Horsemen. I think these are like southern rock and roll. I'm not sure what label. 1989. Cool. Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen. And then we got the Zodiac Mind Warp and the Love Reaction 12-inch Wild Child with Psychoactive I Want Your Love on the B-side. I love this band, Zodiac Mind Warp. Cool band. 12-inch. And we get the Hawaii album, One Nation Underground, still in the shrink actually, on Shrapnel Records, 1983, with Marty Friedman. Hawaii. I can't remember this one. Maybe anyone knows. D-Malls. Looks very glammy. 1988 Atlantic Records. Lipstick and leather. Some Tigers of Pantang. Making Tracks Special Extended 12 Remix. Making Tracks with previous unreleased tracks. What You Sayin', MCA Records. Tigers of Pantang. Great name. John Sykes used to play in Tigers of Pantang. St. Vitus live. This is on Hellhound Records. Is this 1989 recorded live? SPV label, St. Vitus, Doomy metal. We got some Manila Road, Roadkill live album, Manila Road, Black Dragon Records, out of France. I'm not sure. 1987 is recorded live. Manila Road live. Great band. Manila Road. The Courts of Chaos. These are first pressings, Black Dragon Records. Let's see, in a sleeve, Manila Road discography, sorry, 1990. Some Canadian metal. Exciter, Unveiling the Wicked. Music for the Nation. Exciter, great band from Canada. Feel the Knife with Violence and Force and Pounding Metal, both tracks recorded live in Ottawa, it says. Feel the Knife, Music for the Nations. Exciter. From the 80s sometime. Then we have a Norwegian band, thrash band, Equinox. This is an EP, BMG, Norwegian thrash, Equinox, great band, great thrash band. Eccentrics, Ghostbusters, Eccentrics, Ghostbusters, and 2 other songs, Nobody's Perfect, Interrogate, Road Racer Records, 1990, Eccentrics, English thrash, speed metal, Ghostbusters song, some Joan Jett, Bad Reputation, Joan Jett, 1981, this is a French pressing, there we have the lyrics too. Up Your Alley, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Some thrash, Ludicrous, Power Trip, Combat, 1988. Thrash, some Canadian, Santa's Racing Time. I can't remember this. Santa's Racing Time, Heavy Metal Worldwide, Heavy Metal Records, it says. It's from the 80s. Saxon, Crusader, Saxon, Heavy Metal Legends, currently touring with Girl School and Motorhead, at least in Europe I think. Whitesnake, Slide It In. This is a European pressing. Have some tour dates here. Whitesnake. Some UFO again. Come On Everybody. UFO. 1981. This is an early recording though. It's from the early 70s. Some reissue. Come On Everybody. Telefunken Decca Records, it says. Some old heavy metal. Pandemonium, Heavy Metal Soldiers, Pandemonium. This is marketed Metal Blade Records, 1983, still in the shrink. Pandemonium, Heavy Metal Soldiers. Some Canadian, Honeymoon Suite. I believe this is the self-titled album. Honeymoon Suite. Let's see, 1984, Warner Bros. Records. Hard rock AOR stuff from Canada, I think they are. Some Scorpions, Taken by Force. This is a reissue from some 1983, it says here. Taken by Force. The Scorpions. Pauline Gillen band. I'm not sure if this is the sister of Ian Gillen. I think so. I think I read that somewhere. Hearts of Fire. Pauline Gillen band. 1985 Power Station Records. I can't remember this. Drive, She Said. I think this is some AOR stuff. Music for Nations, it says here. It's from the 80s, late 80s maybe, or early 90s. Drive, She Said. And this is V2. I'm not sure what it is. There's some Noise Records. Late 80s, I think, 1988. German band, or V2, hard rock, I believe. Neil Schoon, Late Nights, solo album from the Journey guitar player. Neil Schoon. This is Choir Boys from Australia. Sounds a little bit like AC/DC Crocus, at least the guitar. And it's the executive producers Wanda and Young. 1984. Choir Boys. It says heavy rock from Australia there on the sticker. Then some compilation. Early compilation, Precious Metal. You have Gary Moore, you have Point Blank, Gillen, Axe, New England, Steppenwolf, Storm, Axe, Tigers of Pantang is here. Bougie is here with Brad Fan, Lynyrd Skynyrd with her On the Hunt song, and Wishbone Ash. This is some early 80 compilation, MCA Records, Precious Metal. Cool, love those compilations. And here's a compilation, Rock and Heavy. Rock and Heavy. It's 1990. It says CBS. Promo. Alice Cooper, Blue Oyster Cults. Pretty Maids, Ted Nugent is there with Cat Scratch Fever. Uriah Heep, Meatloaf, Living Colour. Ram Jam with Black Leather. Molly Hatchet with Beaten the Odds. Warrant, Quiet Riot, Judas Priest, Heart and Ozzy Osbourne. There you go. Rock and Heavy. Some glam. Is Jet Boy. I think this is their second album. Damned Nation. Some Hannah Rocks guys in this band, as I remember. Andy McCoy, maybe. Jet Boy. Glammy rock and roll. MCA Records. Rothschild America. Climbing the Walls. I can't remember this. Atlantic Records 1989. Some Euro metal, Mass, Swiss Connection. Decca 1981, Swiss Connection. Metal Road, the song is called there. Acropheth, Faded Glory. This is on Trash, as I remember. Road Racer Records 1990. Trash speed metal, as I remember. Nasty Idols, Intention. This is some sleazy, glammy HSM Records. This is a Swedish band. Nasty Idols. 1989, 1991. Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power. Everyone knows this. Some AOR, hard rock, Brighton rock, Young, Wild and Free. Remember they just had a video on Headbangers Ball, or was it the Kerrang compilation videos in the 80s, Brighton rock. I can't remember the song though. This is 1986. Their Music of Canada, it says. Brighton rock. And here we have US Metal Volume 2. US Metal Volume 2. With Wild Dogs is here. Exciter is here. Culprit, Le Mans, The Rods. Vixen is here. Virgin Steel. I love these compilations. US Metal. This is on the Shrapnel Records. This is the Volume 2. Another great compilation. New Wave of British Heavy Metal. Limited edition vinyl pressing compiled by Lars Ulrich of Metallica. Great fold out with the bands. Double LP. Metal Brave Records. This is from 1990 or something. It has Diamond Head, Sweet Savage, Saxon, White Spirit, Raven, Parallax, Def Leppard, Weapon, Samson, Hologram, Girl School, Witchfind, Iron Maiden, Jaguar, Tiger Serpentine, Gaskin, Sledgehammer, Venom, Angel Witch, Trespass, Holocaust, Valdis, Blitzkrieg and Diamond Head. Great compilation, this one. Great inner sleeves too. Metal Blade Records, it says. Envy, Ain't It a Sin. Atco Records, Atlantic, 1987. Envy. I think these are Danish. Cruising for a Bruising. Fate. 1988. Fate. Michael Furlong. Hell on Rock and Roll. Hell on Rock and Roll. 1984. Roadrunner Records. Michael Furlong. I can't remember this. A lot of these records I can't remember. I have to go back and listen to them. Horizon, Master of the Game. CBS Records. I think these are from Holland. 1985. This guy Schmolik Abigail on vocals. Didn't he sing on one of the Rods album? Or am I wrong? Maybe someone know? Maybe he sang on he sang in the Rods, I believe, on one of their albums. Maybe Scott Waters, no? This guy, I'm sure he sang on the Rods. Some hard rock, AOR, Nightwing, Stand Up and Be Counted picture disc, 1983. Nightwing, cool. And then we have some Street Survivors. This is a compilation too. Street Survivors. Little Caesar, Black Cherry, Bang Tango is here. Tomorrow's Child, have no idea. Rain on Fire, Lunatic Fringe, Triangle. Metal Blade Records, 1989. Street Survivors. Then we have Thunderstick. This guy used to play drums in Samson. Correct me wrong. This is like a 4-track. Feel Like Rock and Roll is called. It's on Thunderbolt Records, 1983. Thunderstick. The Norwegian TNT, Tell No Tales. 10,000 Lovers in One is here. They had a hit with that one. This is 1987 on the Polygram label. TNT from Norway. Testament, Souls of Black. Great album. Great band, Testament. Megaforce Records, Atlantic. 1990. Earthshaker, Midnight Flight. I think these are Japanese band. Yes, they are from Japan. 1984 King record, Viper Records. Viper is Canadian, I think. Ontario, yes. Earthshaker. Dokken, Tooth and Nail. Great band, Tooth and Nail. By Dokken. 1984 Electro Records. Bronze. Bronze, Taken by Storm. Bronze Records, it's on too. I think this is a UK band. Bronze, Taken by Storm. And Bernie Marsden, Alaska. Bernie Marsden, who used to play in Whitesnake. This is like AOR hard rock. Music for Nations, 1984, I think. Alaska. And Angel City from Australia, 2 Minute Warning, great rock and roll band from Australia on the MCA Records label. Angel City, 1984. Stay Hungry, Twisted Sister, everyone knows this. The Rods, their first album, and it's signed too. It's signed here, there, and there. The Rods. Of course, my favorite Rods album is Wild Dogs. The Rods, signed copy, Arista Records, 81. Some German metal, Welcome Tonight, Railway. SPV Records, 1993. I have some 80s album by these guys too. Starfighters, I showed another Starfighters album. This is still sealed. Starfighters, this is the first promotional only, not for sale. This is early 80s, maybe 81. Starfighters, hard rock. Then we have Bodin, 3 times running. Early 80s. I think these are from, yes, these are from Holland with Anthony Lucassen on guitar. Bodin, 3 times running. Early 80s stuff. On the Via Records, Warner Communication. I'm not sure. This must be 83, I think. Bodin. Blackout, Evil Game. Roadrunner Records, 1984. Metal, hard rock. Blackout. Castle Black, Babes in Toyland. Hard rock on the Black Dragon label, 1985. They do a version of the Kiss song Black Diamond on this. Cover version. Castle Black. A great album, Raven. Rock Until You Drop. Raven. Classic UK metal. Soundtrack, Light of Day, The Bard, Young Jet and the Blackhearts. Light of Day is written by Bruce Springsteen, Joan Jett and Rabbit's Got the Gun, and an instrumental one. Michael J. Fox, Joan Jett. Rio, Atlantic Radio, Music for Nations, AOR, hard rock, as I remember, from the 80s. This is a 12-inch Atlantic Radio. Classic band, Alcatraz, Dangerous Games, Graham Bonnet or Bonnet. 1986. Yngwie Malmsteen used to play on Alcatraz, didn't he? Anvil, Backswaxed, some compilation stuff. Pussy, Poison, Backswax, Demon, You're a Liar, Fine and Crime, Metal on Metal, Butterbust Jerky, Scenery, Jackhammer, School of. Anvil. McCoy, mini album. This guy used to play with Ian Gillan in the Gillan band. John McCoy, bass player, and Paul Sampson plays guitar on this one. McCoy, this is early Little Devil, Paul Sampson. I can't remember this one. Early 80s, McCoy, 1983. Some compilation stuff, Steel Crazy. Abstract Records. The Rods, Get Ready to Rock and Roll is here. Twisted Sister, I'll Never Grow Up, Stampede, Starfighters, Anvil, Bedroom Games, Brian Johnson and Geordie, Praying Mantis, Crocus is with Bedside Radio, Lord Trek, and Girl School. Still Crazy compilation. LA Guns, The Ballad of Janie with a big poster. The poster is a calendar poster. LA Guns, Ballad of Janie, Some Lie for Love live version, and Kiss My Love Goodbye live version, and Over the Edge live version. With a big calendar poster inside. LA Guns. Another compilation, simply called Heavy. Heavy, Iron Maiden, Rainbow Motor, Girl School, Tigers, Pantang, Diamond Head, Status Quo, Hawkwind, Lynyrd Skynyrd's Rush, Cheap Trick, Michael Schenker Group, Journey, Meatloaf, Joe Walsh, Derek and the Dominoes, K-Tel label, 1983. Disneyland After Dark, Call of the Wild from Denmark. This is more like rock and roll than a hard rock, this one. 1986 or something, 85, I'm not sure. Disneyland After Dark from Denmark. Twisted Sister, Rough Cut CP. What You Don't Know is there, Shoot 'Em Down, Under the Blade, Leader of the Pack. Twisted Sister. Secret Records, UK. The River's Edge soundtrack. Some great songs here. Hallows Eve, that is a great song. Lethal Tendencies, Slayer is here. Fate's Warning, Slayer, Slayer. Agent Orange, Slayer, Vipers and Burning Spear. River's Edge soundtrack. Another Earthshaker, Tokyo, 5-track. On Music for Nations, some live stuff. Earthshaker, and then we have the Wild Rags Hardcore Demo Series, Preacher. This band is called, can't remember. Preacher, looks kinda evil. This is from the mid-80s, 87 or something. And then we have Bloodcom with Joey Hanneman and John Reed, that's the brothers of the Slayer boys. I'm sure they are. Bloodcom. If anyone knows, if Joey Hanneman on vocals and John Area are brothers of the Slayer, guys in Slayer, Bloodcom. Another Centers, Shut Down in Flames. Ready Records. These guys are from Canada. Well, I can't remember how they sound. Centers. Some Mama's Boys 12-inch promotional copy, still sealed. The Kids Are United, great song. It's a punk song by Sham69, they do a cover of. Gold stamp, and The Kids Are United on both sides. Still sealed from the 80s. Mama's Boys. Classic UK metal. Avenger, Blood Sports on the Neat label, Neat Records. This has original inner sleeve, and it also has an order sheet too inside. I just saw this record go for like £30 or something. Avenger, Blood Sports from the glorious 80s. I think it's 84, this one. And then we have Bitch, Be My Slave, Bitch, Melblade Records, 1983, or this too has some inlays, lyric sheet, and there. Bitch, Be My Slave. 1983, I think. Another Thunderstick Records. Beauty and the Beasts. Thunderstick, who used to play in Samson, played drums in Samson. Yes, drums in Samson, as I remember. 1984 Thunderbolt Records. I can't remember what they sound like. Thunderstick from England, UK. Compilation, great compilation. Metal Hammer compilation. This has Merciful Fates, Raven, Venom, Satan, Thunderfire, Clovenhoof, Metallica, Motor Breath, Tokyo Blade, The Rods, Battle Axe, Exciter and Anthrax. 1984 Roadrunner Records. I think I have two of this. I have another copy somewhere. Metal Hammer. Some Swedish sleaze. Easy Action. 1984 on the Tandem Records. Glammy sleaze. Hanno Rocks in that kind of style. Easy Action from Sweden. The Best of Hard Rock compilation. Golden Earring, Black Sabbath, Status Quo, Survivor, The Tube, Saxon, Picture, Golden Earring, Boston is here, Cheap Trick, Rio, Speedwagon, Ram Jam, Models Finest and Warhorse. This is some early 80s stuff, made in Belgium it says. Best of Hard Rock. And the last one from this shelf. No, there are two more. It's Raven with Udo Dirkschneider, Break the Chain. 12-inch with Born to Be Wild and Inquisitor. 1983, Neat Records, Roadrunner Records it says. Raven. And finally, Jeff Dahl. I think this is more like punk. Jeff Dahl. Some new Triple X records. I think I have a Jeff Dahl on CD that is kind of punky. So that's it with part 2 of my shelves. I hope you enjoy. Please leave a comment and subscribe. There will be plenty more metal hard rock albums in the future. Gonna make some more videos, I think. If you guys are interested on seeing a lot of old stuff from the 80s. In the meantime, take care, rock on. Greetings from Norway. Bye bye.